So if we look at this problem now, we're looking at this here, right? This mass 1, that's mass 2 I circled first. The second one I circled is mass 1. So if we're trying to look for A1, right? A2 and T1 and T2, right? And the mass of the rope is 0, there's no friction, so there's not a lot of forces really dealing with here, right? We're only dealing with the masses that we're looking at. So for the first one, we could figure out that it's going to be, let me make sure we know what box we're looking at. We're looking at this box here, right? If we look at this box, right, we have different forces here working against it. We got one force this way, one force that way. We also have the mg going downwards, right? And we're also on a slope, right? So if we're considering this, right, we got to understand that the tension, right, minus m1g that we just saw here, this part here, sine theta, because that's the angle we're on, right? Sine theta is going to be equal to the m1a. So that's going to be our equation for number 1. Now for the second box, right, if we do the second box now, this one here, right, we'll essentially do the same thing this time, but without the sign since it's suspended, right? It's not on an angle. So the equation is going to be, number 2 is going to be here, right? It's only going down or up, right? So the equation is going to be m2g minus, tension, since mg is going to be, minus tension is equal to m2a. So this will tell us our acceleration. Now we can divide, we could split it up into m2g, m2g minus m1g sine theta, right? Because if we're trying to plug it in together to figure out the a, and then we do equals to m1 plus m2a on the outside. That will give us our acceleration if we took account of the whole problem. And we also have to remember that depending on the variables we're given, whether the masses are moving or not, like say there's more mass here, then it'll go in this direction, or if there's more mass here, it'll go in this direction, right? We need to remember that we would have to redo the whole problem, but eventually it'll give us the last equation I gave us if you were to work it out, but it just has a few more steps.